good morning. Can I get a bit of a thumbs up? Let's just have a little test on sound this morning. Let's hope Facebook's not being asked like it was on Friday. Right, little sound test. Can you hear me here? And then can you hear me here? Let's try something different. Can you hear me through my microphone? Let's try something different. Can you hear me through my microphone? Let's try something different. Can you hear me through my microphone? Right, let's go with it. So, warm up this morning is going to be 3 exercises, twice through, so it's about 6 minutes. And then we've got a main piece today, it's going to take us about 20 minutes, okay? So I'm just going to start getting on with the warm up. I hope it sounds okay. I apologise, you're probably able to hear me huffing and puffing a little bit more than normal, so, but I hope that's working for you. Brilliant. Right, okay, so 3 exercises. We've got a squat and rotation. So we're going to come down into the bottom of a squat. I'm going to get my timer going. Here we go. So you're going to come down into the bottom of the squat, all the way down into your deep squat as far as you can go. And then you're going to use your rotation up towards the ceiling. Another 30 seconds. Really try and open up those hips. You might need to go a little bit wider. You also might need to turn your feet out, depending on the structure of your own hips, actually. Depends on how much you need to turn your feet out to get that deep position. Okay, we're going to come down into a glute bridge. We're going to warm up our posterior chain, so our hamstrings, our glutes and our lower back. So bring yourself down onto the mat, bring your heels as close to your bottom as you can, setting those hips up nice and high, and roll that spine back down again. Nice and steady and gentle to start with. Remember, this is the warm-up. Okay, bring yourself up into a standing position. We're going to do a skip. So we're bringing the knee off the ground. Just a little gentle skip to start with, just to get that heart rate up. Use your arms. Another 15 seconds. Okay, we're going to come back down into that squat. Again, like I said, you might need to turn your feet out a little bit more dramatically to get your hips down low enough. We're into that rotation. Another 5 seconds. Okay, carefully bring yourself down into that glute bridge. Send those hips up nice and high. Roll the spine back down onto the mat. Okay, bring yourself off the mat. We're going to go back into our A-skip. If you're outside, you'll realise it's probably starting to rain. I might just shift my camera very slightly this way. So hopefully it's protected a bit more by the... Okay, so we're coming up into our skip. Use your arms. Another 15 seconds. Okay, take a rest, take some drink. Okay, so it's 6 exercises across 5 rounds. It's 30 seconds of work and 10 seconds of rest. Okay, so there's not a lot of rest today. Quite a few kind of jumpy around sort of moves. If you can jump at the moment because you've got a problem with your foot, Sally, turn it into more of a stepping motion out. I don't want to aggravate anything. So yeah, just do you in terms of that. And just or take a rest during that exercise if it's going to aggravate too much. So look after yourselves this morning. So yeah, 6 exercises. Obviously I'm going to work through them with you. 30 seconds on and 10 seconds rest. Should take about 20 minutes. So let's do this. Just double check my feed. That's all good in front of that. Okay. Okay, first exercise is squat to reverse lunge. So we squat down, we come up, we lunge back. I'll do that from the side so you can see me. We squat down, we lunge back. We squat down, we lunge back. If lunging is aggravating the foot, just do it as a squat, but maybe do it as a pulse squat just to add that little bit of extra intensity to it. So first 30 seconds, we're starting now. So squat, come out of the squat, into your lunge. Squat down, reverse lunge. Now we have got 5 rounds, so treat the first few rounds as just getting used to the movements, and then we can push ourselves a little bit more into the other rounds. Squat down. Make sure when you come fully out of that squat, fully extension through the hips before going back into your lunge. Okay, take your 10 seconds. We're going to go into what we call a crab reach. Coming down onto the floor. Now this will depend on your mobility. You're going to come hips off the ground as high as you can, and then we're going to reach back, opposite hands. Try and keep those hips nice and high. If you can't do that, just hold the crab position. So pushing those hips up. Okay, into your mountain climber. Make sure if you're outside like I am and your mat's got a little bit wet, find an area where you're not going to slip. Hands go into a high plank position. Knees and, feet nice and light into your chest. Woo. Okay, we've got a split floor and tap. Feet together, feet wide, come down, opposite hand, feet back together. So a little jump, you can step it out, down, step it in, step it out, down, if you don't want to jump today. Opposite hand, nice and quick. Okay, onto the floor, into a scissor movement with our legs, abdominal exercise. Put your back nice and flat, legs extended in front, and we're crossing over. Opposite foot over the top of the other. Try and make sure your back's staying nice and flat. If you're struggling with that, put your hands underneath your glutes to tilt that pelvis back and keep that back nice and flat. Last one before we go back through again. Lateral bound and knee drive. So make sure you've got a bit of space. Coming over to the side, knees coming up. Ooh, mat's a bit slippy today. So if you are finding, because you're outside, it's got a bit wet, just step this one out. If not, find a spot that's safe and bound. One side to the other. Make sure you find that balance. Okay, take a rest. We're now going to work back through. So, we're back into our squat and reverse lunge. Okay, let's do this. So we squat down, full extension, step back. Squat down and back. If you can't do the lunge at the moment, just do it as a pulse. So that intensity is there. But if you can add the lunge in, then add your lunge in. Okay, take a rest from that one. We're going to go into our crab reach. So, remember the crab reach, we're coming up, pushing up through the hips into that crab position. You can just hold that position if that's intense enough for you. You want to add a little bit, add an extra into it. Let's go for the reach. Slow movement, don't rush this one. Another 10 seconds. Okay, into your mountain climber. Again, check your space, make sure there's nothing stop you slipping. Hands are directly under my shoulders. I'm in a high plank position and I'm being nice and light on my feet. Bring my knee into my chest. Little bounce, try and keep the hips low. Another 20 seconds. This one will raise that heart rate. Okay, we're going into our scissor movement. So, back down onto my back. Make sure my back is nice and flat into the floor. So I put my hands under my glutes to tilt my pelvis back so I'm comfortable. And it's opposite foot over the top of opposite foot. Try and keep those feet off the ground. Imagine your legs are a nice big pair of scissors and we're chopping that paper. Okay, back into our split floor taps. So back off the ground. I'm going to choose to do mine off my mat. It's a little bit wet. So I'm coming down and I'm jumping up. So opposites. Start with your feet together. Step it out if you've got any foot issues at the moment. Sally, I hope you're looking after yourself. Okay, we've got our lateral bound and knee drive. And a lot of rain coming in. Excellent. Maybe it'll be cooler for me this morning. So bound over, drive with the opposite leg, drive, a little bit of a jump, but you can step it out if you want to, and that's okay as well. Okay, fantastic. That's your second round done. We're going back into your squat. Just gonna back. Okay. I'm taking a little drink. Remember your squat and reverse lunge. So, squat down, full extension at the top, reverse lunge. Make sure we're trying to keep that chest up nice and tall. Okay, into our crab reach. Like I said, this one is depending on your mobility. So push yourself up into that crab position. You could just hold that position, keeping the hips up as high as possible. We add the extra complexity into it by adding that reach. Nice and steady. Okay, drop the hips down. Remember, we're going into our mountain climber, so nice and light on the feet. Okay, let's do this. Another 15 seconds, keep it going. Okay, into your scissor movement. So onto your back, try and make sure that back's nice and flat into the floor. And we're doing our scissors. Okay, rest from that one. We've got our split floor and, our split and floor tap. So feet together, we go wide, we tap the floor, we come in, tap. Another 12 seconds. Okay, into your lateral bound. So, I'm jumping over, driving that knee. Pause for a little second. Ten seconds. Okay, that's your third round done. I'm gonna You've got 10 seconds, and we're gonna go back into our squat and reverse lunge. So there you go. So, squat down, reverse lunge. Okay, into your crab reach. So remember, we want to keep those hips up nice and high. So push those hips up, hold that position. If you want, then we add that reach in. Okay, into your mountain climber. So again, you can do this as quick as you want. Get that heart rate up a little bit. Get a little bounce going. Or you can slow it down. And actually, the slower that you do it, the more core control is required. And the actually harder it can be. So you pick what's good for you. Okay, out of my mountain climber into my scissors. Again, I'm on my back. I want to make sure my back's nice and flat into the floor. My legs are extended, my toes are pointed. Okay, my split floor taps. So starting with my feet together. Now if I'm stepping it out, I touch, but if I'm jumping, I have that little bounce in there. Bring my feet back together, opposite hand. Six seconds. Keep it going. Brilliant. Okay. We've got our lateral bound, and then we've got one more round. So remember with this one, make sure you got a bit of space. We'll jump to the side. We're driving the opposite knee up. Transferring that weight. Again, can be stepped out. Five seconds, keep it going. Okay, we've got one more round. So, have a little gauge of how much energy you've got left. And let's push this round, all right? Okay, let's do this. So, squat down, lunge, squat, lunge. Okay, down onto the floor. We're going into your crab. Push those hips up nice and high. We're going into that reach. Carefully transfer the weight from one side to the other. Eight seconds. Okay, last set of mountain climbers. As I said before, pick your poison with this one. You can go nice and quick, use a bit more momentum, or use a bit more core control for a slower version. Keep it going, 15 seconds. Okay, brilliant guys. That's your mountain climbers done. Into your scissors. Roll that spine back on the mat. Hands go underneath your glutes. Point those toes. Nice big movement. Okay, that's your scissors done. You've got 2 more movements left. Bring yourself up into standing. We've got our split floor taps. Let's do this. Twelve seconds, keep it going. One more. Well done. Okay, just our lateral bound left. And then we've got some abs. So remember your lateral bound. Coming over, bring that knee up. Other side. Get a little skip in there. 18 seconds. Woo. Keep it going. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done, guys. Woo. Okay, main part of the workout is done. I've got an abdominal finisher for anyone who wants a little bit extra. So, finisher is 6 minutes. Get me words out, huffing and puffing, told you. Finisher is 6-minute abs. Let me just double check that you guys are still with me. Yay! Okay, So hopefully this rain will stay off to the degree it is at the moment before it goes nuts. So 6-minute abs, 2 exercises, 3 times through. Show you the exercises. First one is a straight leg sit-up. Legs go out in front, okay? I come all the way back down. Hands go extended over the top of the head. As I come back up again, I come up and touch my toes, okay? Make sure you're using your core or your abs to bring yourself up. So imagine there's a can or an apple in your rib cage and you're engaging that on the way up. So engagement, and that's what's pulling me up, okay? The arms are there just as an added benefit. If you can't do a crunch position, as I know one of you can't, what we can do instead, we could just bring the knees in instead. So that's what we'll be doing instead. But for the rest of you, you'll be doing a sit-up, so we call it a straight leg sit-up. Okay, second exercise is a straight leg with a hip raise. So my bottom comes off the floor, legs come back down again. Legs come up, up. They do not return down to the floor throughout the full minute. Okay? So as much as possible, try and keep them off the ground. Okay. Let's do this. So, we have got 6 rounds. We have 1 minute. And we are going now. So straight leg sit up. Legs out in front. Roll yourself all the way back. Touch the floor with your hands behind. Bring yourself up. Touch your toes. Roll your spine back down. Bring yourself up. Touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes because your hamstrings are too tight, touch your shins. Another 30 seconds, keep it going. $15 seconds. $10 seconds. Okay, you're going to go into your leg raise, your leg raise with a hip raise. So hands going to go for me. I go underneath my glutes. Again, I want to keep my back nice and flat into the floor. My legs are straight. I bring them up and then I pop up through the hips. Let it down again, pop up. If it's too much with a straight leg, you can bring the legs into a bent position and then straighten them and pop up. So they can come in and up if you can't keep them straight all the way through. $10 seconds. Okay, we're going back into your straight leg sit up. So legs fully extended out in front, rolling back, touch the floor with your hands behind, bring yourself all the way back up, touch your toes, all the way back, nice and steady. Anybody else outside getting absolutely soaked? It's actually quite nice. Makes a little change from getting cooked by the sun. 30 seconds, keep it going. Core should start to be on fire now. Mine certainly is. And once we've done this one, we're halfway point on the abs. $10 seconds. Try and keep it going. Okay. I'm going to take a little drink. I'm going back into my leg raise with a little hip drive. So Coming up. Keep it going. You should be on fire by now. 10 seconds. Get a couple more in. Oh, okay, right. 2 more. So, last round of those straight leg sit-ups. As I said before, if it's something you can't do, just bring your knees in, work the lower part if the upper part's too uncomfortable. Right hands above the head. Oh, bring myself all the way up. Hey. "30 seconds, guys. Keep it going." Ten seconds. Okay, one more round, 1 more minute of work. So, onto my back, my hands are underneath my glutes, my legs are coming up straight, and drive. Nearly there, guys, just bear with it. A little bit further. Final 10 seconds. And you are done. Well done. Thank you for joining me. If anyone's got any questions, pop them in the feed and I'll get back to you. I'm going to have a bit of a stretch out. I'm quite enjoying being sat here in the rain. Must be the British in me. Okay, so I'm going to have a nice stretch out. Oh, anyone else's abs on fire? Mine are. Ooh. Okay, so I want to stretch out the back of my legs. So I'm going to turn my toes towards me. I'm going to hinge a little bit the hips forward. If you're tight down the back, you'll also feel it in your calves, sorry. If you can, lean forward, try and pull your toes a little bit towards you to increase that stretch. I'm going to bring my feet together into my butterfly stretch. So soles are facing in, elbows go into my knee creases, hands around my ankles. I'm using that just to push down and open up my hips a bit more. I'm going to take a deep breath in, and as I exhale, I'm going to try and push a little bit deeper into that. Okay, I'm going to stretch my abdominals out because at the moment they're feeling a little bit angry. So I'm going to come down onto my front. I'm going to put my hands either side of my chest, keeping my feet on the floor. I'm going to push myself up and stretch through the front. Try and keep your hips on the ground. And just to increase that stretch, I'm going to bring myself down and just walk my hands a little bit further back. And again, I'm trying to keep my hips on the ground. Okay. While I'm down on the ground, I'm going to do my quads. So I'm going to split my feet so my hips can come down in between. Feel a stretch through the front of here. If I want to increase that, I feel like the intensity is not quite there, walk my hands back. If you can't do that, you can do a standing quad stretch instead. But personally, I find that doesn't actually do anything for me. And I get very tight in my hips. And by stretching out this way, it increases that intensity through that area. Okay, I'm going to carefully release myself out of that one. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me today. That was fantastic. I'm glad that I've sorted the sound issue out. Probably use a microphone in future. However, I will never listen to that recording again because I don't want to hear myself huffing and puffing. I hope you guys really enjoyed that. Obviously, Friday will come round and we'll do it again. Friday again will be more strength-based than jumping around. If you need me, give me a shout. If you've got any comments, please put them in the box down below. And all I can do is wish you all a fantastic Monday. Have a great day. Lots of movement. I'm going to total up the steps for today and just see in our little step crew who's done the most. Although I have a funny feeling that Carmel has absolutely smashed it as usual. Maybe some of us need to challenge ourselves a bit more to try and move as much as she does. Right. Have a fantastic Monday. Love you all. See you later.